Hello everyone and welcome. I'm wearing a nice bright sunny yellow jumper because it's a little bit grey and dull outside this morning. So I think I'm going to do something that is quite relaxing today. Even though this isn't a paint calm on a Friday, it's kind of what I feel like. So yeah, just something that's going to be a little bit of fun. So let me change my camera view. Here we go. So what am I going to use? I'm going to use some Harnamule paper. It's from this watercolour selection. So you get lots of different types of paper, all made by Harnamule. This one is number 5. So let's see what number 5 is. So number 5, that's number 4. Number 5 is Mold Made Watercolour Harnamule 300 GSM cold pressed paper. So the Mold Made watercolour paper is natural white, it's vegan, and it's resistant to aging, acid free, and material sized. So there we go. It's got a slight texture to it. So let's just get that on my cutting mat because that's what I always use. I tend to use a cutting mat to stick my paper down with. So we'll just get that taped down. Give it a nice little border. I hope it's better weather where you are, but never mind because we're going to be having some fun with some colours, I think, today. Okay, so we've got that taped down. The watercolours that I'm going to be using, if I move my water out of the way, they're in this little palette here. I'll try and find it on Amazon. I think I have used this palette before on quite an older video. This is just a little mixing palette, and I've put some magnets on it so that it stays in place up there. And then I've even put a magnet on my sponge so that my sponge stays where it is. And then I've got some full pans, and I've actually squeezed out where are my colours? I've squeezed out, oh, here they are, my Holbein paints. So I've got Jaune Brilliant, Yellow Ochre, Mars Violet, Sepia, Perylene Maroon, Olive Green, Cobalt Blue, Bright Rose, and Payne's Grey. These are all of the Holbein paints that I have. I don't have any others. I do really like the Holbein paints. And so, yes, I might well get more at some point. But for now, I'm going to work with the ones that I've got. So those are my colours that I'll leave up there. Which way round shall I do this? Maybe let's move you. My brushes that I'm going to use are some Princeton Snap brushes. They're round ones in a size 12, a size 6, and a size 2. That's what I've got out to use. I've also got a platinum carbon ink pen, and I've got this, what else have I got? This Cornelian Caran d'Ache luminance pencil. Yeah, I might need other things, but we will see as we go along. And the idea that I've or you know, where I'm going to get my inspiration from is this came from Pinterest, so I will not be doing this exactly, but yeah, something along these lines anyways, just something that is fairly fairly easy and something that I can just enjoy using my colours with. So let's decide what colours we are going to use today. I'm going to get one of my little, I got these little squares from Temu, and I'm using these to test out colour palettes basically. So let's see what I want to use. We will take this one. And I think I definitely want to use my bright rose. I adore this colour. There we go. We'll have bright rose. And what else shall we have? Maybe we will have some yellow ochre. Bright rose, yellow ochre. And shall we have this olive green? Now, do we get some nice colour mixes with this? Take a bit of the bright rose. Okay. Take a bit of the yellow ochre. That's all right. And then what haven't we done? We haven't done the bright rose with the yellow ochre. And that's rather nice as well. So we've got some kind of muted colours and then these brighter colours, and yeah, I think I'm going to use that as my the colours that I'm going to use today. So do I want to make some rough circles? This is brilliant. I'll have to see if I can find the link to Amazon where I got this from, because I want to get my circle in here. So and then I might kind of rub it out a bit, but I want a big one, and then I need to go down a bit, don't I? So perhaps we'll go this one, and then we need one that's even smaller. So that one's a bit too close. Maybe this one. Okay, let's use this one. Oh, where's it gone? Ooh, okay. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it? Let's go back to there. No. Oh dear. Okay, right. Let's get a rubber and one of these. So I want to leave a bit of a gap on the big one. We can fix this. And then on the second one, which is going around here, we'll have the gap over here maybe. So let's just get rid of that, which is confusing matters. I hope you do better with your circles than I have. I can see it's going to be one of those days. So there's my gap for the big one. There's my gap for the, right, so we need to go round there. And then we've got our smaller one. And the gap can be there. Okay, right. I'm going to move all of that up. And hopefully that you can see I've got 3 circles, but I've left a gap here on the big one. I've left a gap there on the middle one, and then a gap there on the small one in the middle. So I don't want those lines to be too distracting. So I'm just going to use my putty rubber and just tone them down a little bit. There we go. Right. Never panic, it'll be okay. Okay, so where am I going to start? I think I want a background on this one. So I'm going to get my bigger brush. And for the background, I'm going to use the Jaune Brilliant, quite watered down. So it's not showing up too well on my screen. But I'm just putting a very light all over wash of the Jaune Brilliant. I think you can just about see it, but if I bring it up, you can see I've got this very, very pale yellow in the background. So we'll pop that there, which I'm going to dry. So I'll be back in 2 ticks. Okay, so I've dried that. I'm now going to pick a smaller brush. Just clean that one off. Take it out of the water. There we go. Which one shall we use? I think we'll use the size 6. And I'm going to start getting some of these kind of bubbles in. Now I'm not sure what colour that is, but I'm just going to go ahead and use that for my bright rose. And then I'm going to start putting some of these bubbles in. Big ones, small ones. I'm leaving gaps because I want different tones of this colour. So I will be adding, I'm going to add, actually, because I've used the Jaune Brilliant, we'll bring the Jaune Brilliant in, shall we? Let's mix the Jaune Brilliant in with it. And then we can get some slightly creamier, pinkier creamier, pinkier. Gosh, even my languages are gone kaput today. Right. And I've just realised I probably should have started in the middle, not on the outside. You might want to do that. Start on the with the middle one rather than so. I'm just getting lots of these little bubbles in. And I think I'm going to get some bigger ones in now. And I want them to join up, so and they're all kind of joining up nicely. Like so. There we go, we've got our pink row. Now I think we'll go with the green. Let's go with the green. And we'll just use this that's on there. And we will get some green ones in. This is quite satisfying. Right. Now let's add some of the yellow ochre to this green so that we can get a different tone in there. So we need a bit more. There we are. So we've got our greens in there. When they're wet, you might not be able to see so much the fact that they are slightly different tones. And then we'll go with the yellow ochre. A really big one, I think. Let's make you a bit more like a circle. There we go. And then I'm going to add the yellow ochre to the pink that was here. With a bit more of the bright rose in it to get this kind of colour. Join everything together. Okay, so there we've got our 3 bubbly circles. Now, what do I want to do? They've put dragonflies. I don't want to do dragonflies. I don't feel like dragonflies today. I think I'm going to do, with my smaller brush, I think I'm going to do, because I'm doing bumblebees on my Patreon, I'm going to do a bumblebee. I need that to dry so I can do the other bit. Okay. Now let's use all of these colours and start getting some leaves in, but they're not going to be the right, they're not really going to be leaf colours. Well, maybe they're autumn leaves. That would work, wouldn't it? To add in some of the another one coming around there. And we can add a bit of the bright rose into the green, I think, to get some nice variations going on. Oh, this is nice. This is what I needed today. And I think we'll add some of the green into the yellow ochre. That's nice. I'm liking that. And perhaps we'll have all 4 corners. That might be nice, mightn't it? Mm. I'm not going to worry if things bleed. That's looking quite nice. Now, in order to do... Oh, that was my postman and made me jump. In order to do these, I'm swinging it round so that I'm at a better angle. There we go, it'll be easier to do. So let's just mix up a little bit more of that kind of pinky colour. Have that one going off the page a bit. I'm basically just making sure that I'm sticking with the colours that I have used for my little circles, which, you know, could be the circles that the buzzy bee's been going round in. Use you. Oh, I do like doing these leaves. They're looking really pretty. Let's do our other corner. Maybe coming out of here somewhere. Lovely. Right, let's twist you back around the right way. Look at those pretty leaves. Don't those colours just work beautifully for some kind of autumny leaves? Right, is my bee fairly dry? I think it probably is. So let's get my yellow ochre and get my yellow stripy bits in, like so. And then we'll give him a couple of little antennae. And then we want some legs. There. And then we need to show that there's some wings. So let's take whatever that was, which I think is the Payne's grey, but anyway, just a grey colour. And we will get some kind of wings going on here. I want them to be quite kind of faint wings going on, so that they're not too so that they don't stand out too much. Let's just get my tissue at the ready. I can show that there's another one coming around there, but I think I just want to block them out a bit. So that they don't stand out too much. That's just a bit of a blur almost. A bit of a blur of wings. Can we call it that? Yeah, I think so. Although I seem to have picked up some green there. Let's see if we can pick that up. I could have just ruined something, but we will see. We'll manage it, as we always do. There we go. Yeah. Except he's lost this other leg now, hasn't he? There we go. We'll just get that up a bit better. Don't know that I like those wings. Shall I just get rid of that altogether for a minute? If we can. Right, I know what we're going to do. We are going to use our bright rose. And we're going to make this into a flower that he's sitting on, maybe. And he's inside this flower. Where's my little brush gone? There you are. And we can have the stalk of the flower like that. And I've been putting my hand in this. Right. When that flower is dry, I'm going to use my pencil here, I think. What else do we want to do? So that I can actually, let's just had a thought. So this stalk of this flower, I think we can have that. Coming down and round. I think I need to make those kind of petals go around a bit around the edge with another colour. And I'll give them that flower some definition in a moment. Right, that's slightly better, I think. And what else do we want? Some splats, of course. So but not too much, just a few. Right, I need to dry this. So back in a tick. Okay, I think we're dry enough. Now I've decided to use my carbon platinum pen, and I'm going to make this look a lot more like a flower. And just make sure we can still see our little bee in there. And then just get a couple of those, just because I've used the pen there, I just wanted to use the pen somewhere else, otherwise it doesn't kind of tie in that well. But there we go. So that was my inspiration. This is my painting, and I think I really love these leaves. I love the colours on those leaves, but it's quite a nice little idea, and I'm very happy with how it came out. So let's just take the tape off. Getting tangled up. There we go. All tangled up in my fingers. And hopefully when I bring this up, you can see those beautiful things going on in those leaves. Look at that. I think those colours worked out quite nicely. Something a little bit different, and was just something quite relaxing and calming that I wanted to do today. So stay safe, stay healthy, stay calm, and have a lovely morning, afternoon or evening wherever you are.